What's up, YouTube? I'm Tony. Most of my life I've been called Big T. So welcome to Big T's Garage. This is my 1986 Chevrolet K10. I am currently doing some firewall rust repair in the cowl area. I have already done cab floor supports, inner and outer rocker, inner and outer cab corner, both driver and passenger side, floorboard, kick panel on the driver's side. Got the underside undercoated, smoothed down, cleaned up. Very little work in the top of the cab, but there is some dents and dings that need removed. Right now I'm currently working on this piece right here. For those of you that don't know, behind this is seam sealed. This line right here, all the way across, is this outer panel, which actually spot welds to this underside firewall panel that kind of curves up back here. I don't know if you can really see the curve very well, but I am currently dealing with some rust problems. Most of the time people just kind of short strand this. It's not exactly incredibly big deal. Most of the times these trucks are actually designed for the water to run off into this outer panel here, and then there's a hole down here where the water falls out of. The problem is over time that seam sealer gets hot and cold, and then it starts to get dry and brittle. And as the sheet metal flexes between heat and cold, as well as driving, vibrations and stuff, that seam sealer separates from the panels. So what happens is water will still get down in those little cracks wherever it cracks, and you can kind of tell where it started to crack at all throughout the firewall, because there's pitted rust panels. And as soon as you start to kind of just do your weld check with picking the, I use a flat tip screwdriver and just kind of pick inside there, you kind of see, oh yeah, well, it's worse than it looks. So I'm gonna actually cut this out. I've got some spot welds to get out. I like to use a deburr bit and just kind of go along the center and pry as I'm doing it. And then as soon as you start to see the metal separate around the spot weld hole, just carefully, deburr some more and just keep prying around. That way you're not drilling through and having to, plug weld or use a backer, or if you run into, thinner metal, because again, that's a factory pinch weld, so it's thinner in that area. So leaving both layers is actually better. And then you can kind of just grind it down to where you're not going super thin and burning through when you go to weld your new panel in. But I do have to recreate this section here. You can kind of see the profile that I've cut out along the top. I'm going to use this piece of cab corner actually that I flattened out. And I will actually end up just basically cutting that shape out of that profile, and then grinding it down, fitting it up. I will actually go through and replace the plug welds, the factory spot welds, as well as butt weld that seam. Once it's ground down, I plan to, or actually before I put the panel in, I've got to use some weld through primer, some sort of barrier between the panels to help inhibit rust from forming again. You can use a lot of different methods. Again, doing the factory way is just, once you get the two panels welded, seam sealed down in that crack, and just force it down as much as you can, and just kind of build up as high and as far as you can. And yeah, fresh seam seal lasts for a while. I mean, this is a 86 K10. It's a 38-year-old truck. So, but anyways, once I get this done, I've got a few more areas around the seam to do. And then it'll be on to doing some cleanup, prep, and paint. I do plan on painting the firewall. I'm actually going to leave this the original color of the truck. The firewall will be a satin or semi-gloss black, DE 1635, I believe it is, from O'Reilly's. But yeah, just going to get this firewall cleaned up, looking good. I've got semi-gloss inner fender wells that go with the truck. They're brand new. It'll look really good with the black frame, the engine. I'm going to end up painting the core support back there, flat or semi-gloss black. And then the fenders, they'll probably be black on the inside and then painted on the outside. Just trying to make it look as good as possible. I really like these trucks when they have a good clean engine bay, and of course you can see the engine has lots of new parts. Looks really good. But yeah, again, just want to introduce myself, show you guys what I've been working on, and hopefully there's more to come. Thanks for watching.